That does give you goosebumps when you think about Pascal and what he went through. And to me, it's very symbolic of this DocuSign journey that we're on. And, you know, I love these all-hands event. I see Michael and Neil, Mike, Brad stand up, and I think how that has just grown in sophistication level over the last 7 years that I've been here. And I just want to tell you a bit about my DocuSign journey. Now, I'm not going to go all the way back to when Grant and I and Dewey wrote the early code, which they now call Classic. I'm not going to go back that far. I just want to start with last Wednesday night. Last Wednesday night, I'm in the office. It's about 7 o'clock. And I have two things I've got to write. I've got to write the earnings script for the next day that we had with the investors yesterday. And also, we just got this incredible award from Glassdoor, where DocuSign was represented as in the top 25 best places to work of all the companies over 1,000 in the United States, whether they're public or private. So write a note to the employees. I think you saw that yesterday. And I'm not that reflective of a guy, but when I do write, I kind of get a little reflective. And, you know, I'm thinking about writing that earnings call, and I kind of put it in the format of our strategy in terms of building out the DocuSign Global Trust Network and talking about 3 objectives: increase the number of nodes, reduce the friction between the nodes, and add value to the nodes, and all the detail behind that. And then I'm also thinking about, you know, this award. And as you know, it's great to get awards. But at the end of the day, as Brad exemplified in that last slide, it is about the people. And our noble mission starts with people. And I'm thinking, all right, now I'm kind of in one of those, I don't know if it's a sentimental mode or what, but definitely inspiration mode. And I'm thinking back about last Friday, I did 5 town halls up with a great team in Seattle. We had the holiday party. Of course, Matt and I were the last to leave because we like to, after all the VIPs leave, we like to dance like nobody's looking. And it was amazing. So I'm thinking, all right. And I'm also thinking, same thing Brad was thinking, everybody asked me the question, why'd you come back and be a CEO? And it really boils down to inspiration. And what inspires me is to see people do things they never thought were possible and given opportunities that they never dreamed of. And if you think about what we did, and Neil was hitting on those, when you think about the increased leverage we're seeing in terms of the DocuSign Global Trust Network, beating our EBITDA targets, our profitability targets by 30%, you think about creating this category that is perhaps the most strategic and potentially the biggest category in the cloud, in a total untapped market, and being the global standard of that. You think about our investors, the most powerful public institutional investors in the world are investors in us. You think about the technology, the most powerful technology company in the world are investors in us. And you think about how we did all of this in terms of becoming the global standard. We just built a product that people just love. And along the way, we turned our company name into a verb. I mean, as I wrote in that piece, that is a legacy. That is an unnatural act. And it requires a team of the highest caliber and of the deepest conviction. And a key element of that, if you think globally all around the world, as Neil said, we're a global company. and you think about the diversity in terms of skills, you think of diversity of thought, the diversity of different temperaments, talents, and convictions, that's where we get our strength. And we're all on a common mission, living our core values every day. And one of the things I wrote is that we are far from perfect, but we strive to be every day in everything that we do. And that is what we call our DocuSign journey. And that is the essence of our culture. So, man, I got those things done now. I'm driving home, seeing Meta and the twins, and I'm inspired. And I'm thinking back, and I'm thinking about one other inspirational point in my life. And this is when I was 19 years old, which I think really defines this team. This is when my godfather read me a poem, and he had me stand in the mirror. The name of his poem was The Man in the Glass. And I want to share it with you guys right now. It goes like this: the man in the glass. When you get what you want in your struggle for self, and the world makes you king for a day, just go to a mirror and look at yourself and see what that man has to say. Although there are others through life's pathway whose judgment upon you must pass, the fellow whose verdict counts most in your life is the man staring back from the glass. You may win all the medals and snow the rest, and think you're a wonderful guy, but the man in the glass says you're only a fraud if you can't stare him straight in the eye. He's the one to please after it's all said and done, for he's with you clear up to the end, and you've passed the most dangerous, difficult task if the man in the glass is your friend. You may fool the whole world down the pathway of years and get pats on the back as you pass. But your final reward will be heartaches and tears if you've cheated the man in the glass. And I'll tell you, I love this poem. I'll tell you why. Because when I think of this team and all that we've accomplished, and when I think about all the blood, sweat, and tears that went into this DocuSign journey, and it's important to remind ourselves, this is a journey. It is not a destination. And we are just at the beginning. And so my holiday wish for all of you is that when you get a chance to reflect and you look at that man or that woman in the glass, that you're able to say, I fought the good fight. I gave it my all. I left it all on the field. I lived my values every day. I took as many shots as I possibly could. I encouraged the hearts and minds of others. I enabled others to act. I endeavored to do what was noblest and best. Wow, destroying the competition. I put that one in. Think about it. So my hope is that over this holiday season, when you look at that man or woman in the glass, you will be as proud and inspired as I am to be part of this amazing, epic, historic docu-family. So with that, I thank each and every one of you. I thank this great leadership team. I thank everybody around the globe. I thank the Seattle team in particular for being such great hosts last Friday. We will have a great Q4, and we will have a great next year, and we will build one of the greatest companies known to mankind. So with that, thank you very much. Happy holidays.